This video is going to show you how to measure the freezing point of a stearic acid sample. To start with, you're going to set up a hot water bath and get the temperature up to 90 to 95 degrees C, and then take your previously prepared sample of stearic acid and insert it into the hot water bath. You can support the sample using test tube clamps. As your stearic acid sample starts to melt, the solid phase becomes smaller and more compact, and you'll start to see some liquid phase appearing. While waiting for your stearic acid sample to melt, connect the Pasco SparkLink Air interface with the temperature sensor. Click on Temperature and then Show. Go to the Sampling Options button. Change the sample rate unit to seconds and change the sample rate to 15. Click OK. Now navigate to the table, which is the third screen. When you're ready to record data, you just have to press the green play button, and now your data will be recorded every 15 seconds. Now that the stearic acid sample has melted completely, you can insert the temperature probe, and at this point you'll press the play button in your SparkView software. Try to keep the tip of the temperature probe located in the center of the stearic acid sample. Once the temperature reaches 85 degrees, remove the test tube, quickly dry it, and transfer it to the insulating test tube. At this point, you'll need to begin stirring the liquid sample with the temperature probe. Keep the temperature probe located approximately in the center of the sample. As the temperature declines and you start to approach the freezing point, you'll see more and more solid stearic acid appearing. You will continue to stir and watch the temperature. When the temperature stops changing, meaning that it's changing less than 0.1 degrees centigrade between readings, and it hasn't changed more than this for 4 consecutive readings, you can stop stirring and stop recording data. At this point, you can remove your first test tube from the insulating test tube, place it in another test tube to balance it, and you'll take your unknown fatty acid sample that you previously weighed and pour it into the test tube with the original stearic acid. At this point, you can take the test tube containing your stearic acid and your unknown fatty acid sample, put it back into the hot water bath, and repeat the process to measure the freezing point of the new mixture. You should observe that the freezing point of the stearic acid with the unknown fatty acid sample is going to be lower than the freezing point of pure stearic acid. Please note that once the temperature probe is inserted at the beginning of the experiment, it is not removed throughout the entire experiment in order to prevent losing any stearic acid.